This video is parody, entertainment purposes only. Story told in this video are purely fictional. This is not legal advice. Everything in this video is not true. Now, I am going to display the exact roadmap that happened in real life and what is happening with a lot of you right now when you are starting dropshipping. This is you, Timmy. You have no money to your name. You have no knowledge. You barely even understand what dropshipping is. Now, little Timmy here, he wants to get rich, right? You've seen all the videos. You've seen Tate. You've seen everyone. He wants to get rich, filthy fucking rich. He can't start a business if he doesn't have money. That's a pretty logical fact. Timmy at least knows that. So what does Timmy do? Timmy works and saves $1,000 working at Domino's. Now, if you don't know me, I'm Josh, I'm 21. I've done millions in dropshipping since I've stopped dropshipping, and now I own my own brand, fully custom product. I don't do dropshipping anymore. However, this was me. I worked at Domino's for 5 months, and I actually used the money I saved at Domino's to start dropshipping. So this is a pretty realistic roadmap. It's the exact roadmap that I took, and I imagine it's the exact roadmap that a lot of you will take. If you're 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, you probably have a job like this and you probably want to get out of it. Timmy works and saves $1,000 working at Domino's. Now, Timmy watches some videos online and he decides he's going to start dropshipping. Now, again, I would say dropshipping is like the best business model to start if you have limited income, limited skills, limited knowledge, and you want to make your first 40, 50, 60K so you can get out of the trenches. Okay, so he watches some videos and decides he's going to start dropshipping. What happens next? He realizes he has no skills and no knowledge on what works. Fair enough, right? This is your knowledge on e-commerce and dropshipping. Now, is it a problem that you don't know anything? A little bit. It's a little bit of a problem, but does that need to stop you necessarily? I wouldn't say so. When I started, I had no knowledge. When anyone starts anything, they basically have no knowledge anyway. So he realized he has no knowledge. So what happens next? He decides he's going to copy someone who's doing a good job already and already making money. This is actually kind of a smart thing to do. I mean, why would you try and come up with your own strategies when you don't even know what you're doing, when you can copy someone else's homework? If you are in a lesson at school and you don't know the answer, are you going to take a guess at what the answer is? Or are you going to look over at someone else's homework and see what they did? I know what the smart thing to do, as long as you don't get caught, right? Because technically it's kind of in the gray area. But even if you get caught, you go, oh, I wasn't looking. I was looking out the window. I wasn't looking at his homework. We just have the same answer. Now, there's a lot of things you could do. But anyway, let's carry on. So he decides he's going to copy someone who's already doing a good job and already making money. Big brain idea. Revolutionary, I know. So what happens next? Timmy does the following. He starts stealing images, stealing videos, ads, copy and pasting websites, stealing branding, lying about his products, right? Now, he steals them from this brand. Again, I just want to specify everything in this video is parody. All the stories are untrue. You know, theoretically, I guess it's kind of possible that I, for example, copied this exact same brand and product. It's possible. Right? In the world, you know, there's multi-universe theory. Anything could have happened. It's possible that I could have copied this brand. I mean, there's just no way of knowing. You know, it could have been years ago if it did happen at all. Now, I just want to be super clear on something, right? The stealing brand. This is what Timmy did. He's stealing from a brand. Now, you look at this brand. They're selling this product for $110 when it can be bought for $11. Did Timmy scam people? Well, if Timmy's selling this product, which is exactly the same as this one for $60, they're selling it for $110. Who's the real scammer? Frankly, I think it's ridiculous anyway, this whole idea of a brand. It's the exact same product. They're selling it for a 10x markup because they put a fancy box. You tell me who's the real scammer. So, in a theoretical world, Timmy, he steals from this brand who's done all the work of getting their own stuff, i.e. product photography, their own custom content, custom packaging, custom website, and he steals it. Now, he doesn't use the exact same name. Timmy uses his own unique name. There's the difference. So what happens? It starts working. Timmy makes his first $10,000 in revenue, and in total, he makes $1,000 in profit. Okay, he's very excited. He's in the club with his boys. He spends a couple $100, maybe buys a new pair of shoes, but he knows he needs to keep some money to carry on going with what he's doing. But he's excited. He's finally seeing results. Next, Timmy learns some basic ad strategies. He steals some more ads. He starts scaling. Now, Timmy is evolving. He's gone from someone who had zero knowledge prior to now he's actually gaining some knowledge. He changes a few things on the website. He sees the metric changes. He launches some new ads. He sees the metric changes there. He's actually learning key skills that he will need in the future if he wants to survive in the business of e-commerce. So we carry on. What does Timmy do next? Timmy, after making these changes, is now doing $2,000 revenue days. He feels like he's getting out the trenches and he is balling. This is Timmy. I don't know why I picked this picture, but fuck it, that's Timmy. Anyway, what happens next? Well, this is when things get interesting, and this is why you're watching this video. Because I know there's a lot of you right now who are doing dropshipping, doing anything. You are basically doing exactly this. And I know every day that you check your customer support email, you are fucking worried about a cease and desist from the brand that you're copying from. I know it. I know it. Okay, so I'm going to explain how this story usually goes. This brand realizes what's happening. They call their lawyer and they send a cease and desist via email. I've received a few in my time, theoretically. Now, Timmy falls into a depression because he's just gone from zero to hero, and now he realizes he might be going back to zero again. He thinks he's going to lose his money, yada, yada, yada. What happens next? Timmy turns off his ads. He thinks he's going to get in big trouble, turns off his ads, redoes the website to make it new, and basically he just goes, fuck it, all right, I'm done. Like, this is too scary for me. The big bad lawyers are in town. I don't want to deal with this. What happens next? Timmy doesn't understand customer support. He's got no experience with customer support. He starts getting hundreds of emails because his product is shit. It doesn't work like he said he would. He doesn't have any systems in place. He doesn't know how to deal with this. I don't know what Timmy starts doing, but it's not good. Next, they go, this guy's chargeback rate is so high, something's wrong here. Let's do a bit of a deeper look. Now, because everyone's charging back, they assume that Timmy's doing some really bad stuff, and they refund everyone. You now have a negative balance in Shopify. You now owe Shopify a shitload of money, and that is a serious problem. Because you started with $1,000, you made a couple thousand, and now you owe everything, right? You've already spent the money on the ads, and now you got to refund everyone again. You've already paid for the product cost. Like, you're in deep shit at this point. What happens next? He's banned forever, can never and will never want to try dropshipping again. This happens. Okay, I'm not trying to scare you, but I'm just saying this does happen. This can happen. Now, you might be wondering, Josh, I know you're all talking in suave and great terms. Is this what happened to you? What do you think happened? Fuck no, it didn't happen to me. I'm not a fucking idiot, bro. I'll tell you what happened to me. The brand only realized after 6 months of me scaling it, my customer support was 24/7. I absolutely slapped it because I imported systems that I learned and I split tested myself. My chargeback rate was under 1%, so there was no reason for a flag from Shopify. They had no reason to come in and refund everyone because I was actually providing a decent customer support experience. They sent me a cease and desist, and to be honest, I was pretty happy about it. You know, I was pretty happy about it with the end. I made 500K and I moved on to the next product. Now, this is the best case scenario you can kind of hope for with something like this. There is so much nuance to this that it is impossible to explain in one video. Impossible. But I would give a general overview of what this strategy is so that you can understand some things today. Things to understand. With this strategy, you are trying to make as much money as possible before being found. And when you get found, you have to hang up the hat because that's when some serious shit can go down, right? Like, let's say you get a cease and desist and you go, fuck it, I'm going to carry on. That's when you can have some serious problems. Second thing, not a long-term strategy. This is just so you can get out the trenches, okay? And third, you shouldn't jump in without having a clear plan of attack, okay? If you just rip someone, you might get banned instantly. You might get your whole shit just done. You might be done in the game before you even started. You need a clear plan of attack. Have I got a clear plan of attack for you? No, I'm not going to teach you how to do that just yet. If you are interested in learning more about this strategy, watch my previous video. I actually gave a breakdown on another store that you might be able to do this with. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying there's information out there. Everything is hypothetical on this channel. It's getting harder and harder every single year for new dropshippers to get in the game. It's getting fucking hard. So you don't want to do this long term. You just do this to get out the trenches. There are many laws, regulations, and policies. Laws and regulations, to be honest, mean a lot less. Again, this is not legal advice. I'm just saying in terms of what's important for this strategy to work. The actual laws and regulations, really not as important as they are the policies and the practice and the preach. The preach from Shopify, Meta, etc. is stealing videos, stealing ads, stealing images, you'll get banned. The practice in reality is very, very different. Shopify and Meta, they don't want to get in the middle of this copyright thing. They don't want to get in the middle of merchants doing these sorts of things. They are just a platform, a provider. If they start having to get involved, then they have to start getting involved in the lawsuits. They don't want to referee these little things, okay? So you need to research how these things work. You need to watch videos on how these things work in preach and then versus practice. If you do want to learn more, to give an update on the 20% Club, it's been getting crazy love in the comments lately. Firstly, comment below 20% Club. But to give an update, I've now bought the domain 20%.club. I've hired a web developer and we're getting everything in the motion. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope this video was helpful. Have a lovely day.